Hi, this is Rajkumar Pal, and today's day 7 of making videos and is a part of challenge. And in today's video, I'm going to share one of the important perspective on why we consume lot of content, or we can say that the information. Even though there is a huge information is there's information tide is going around the social media in every way, in every media, and I was also become very miserable while consuming the content. Not all the content are good or bad. Nothing to do with the what is the quality of the content, but everybody has their own preference and perspective. They are consuming content, as per the latest survey has been taken out, and they revealed that average person spending 5 to 6 hours of consuming content in a various domain, in a entertainment field, in a social media, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Facebook, and all the other platforms. And when it's come to consuming content, and those people, lot of people who are very ambitious, try to find solutions or some kind of tips, or the health tips or the wealth tips, or the whatever the problem they are facing, they try to solve by their own. But I will share my perspective on that, because sometimes consuming content will become so ambiguous that we can't move, or we can't take action because of the choices we have. And the number one reason is that we take using content for the sake of out of desperations. If we want something from the very if we want so desperately, and we are so much obsessive in a negative way, then this consumption of content is become very harmful to us, and this will create the mental fatigue as well. And number two is that what I have experienced is that we are miss I have facing lot of FOMO, fear of missing out, because all due to the marketing tactics and the our human behavior, consumer psychologists, they are all mastered our interest, our desires, our aspirations, and how we even think, because the algorithm is working behind on us even while we are on sleeping. And if we are so eager to solve a problem, or to make something happen for us which is going to solve the problem in the near future, then this desperation and FOMO is going to make us feel like miserable, and make us to take a decision to buy or to use consume the content. And number three is that sometimes we are so blind to influencers, whom lot of influencers, we are believing them, we are seeing them transformation, we are seeing them as a authority on the social media. Even we have taken some books of them, or a lot of people are recommending those influencers. So in the in the in the realms of influencing, or influenced people, or the in the persuasion way, we are taking content or consuming content, even there is no requirement at first place, and we blindly buy or go through that content, and then we realize that though it is a time, or it is not a useful at this time. This is the and the next thing is number 5 is that in order to start something in a knowledge business, or we can say there is a lot of business opportunity available online, like easiest way to, there is no capital use, there is no any physical environment, or the physical capital is required to invest. You need only personal brand, because brand is everything. So the marketing of the personal branding becomes so much sophisticated and so skeptic, that we get confused. I have no authority, I am not at all I have nothing to sell, I have nothing builded something, all these limiting kind of beliefs, or the problems we are challenging ourselves. And this will trigger us to learn from the experts, or learn from the other mentor, or learn from the books, or learn from the courses. Even though we have taken earlier we have already consumed lot of content on that, and we didn't forward in order to make worthful of that content. So this is the fifth reason. And the sixth reason is that sometime the wealth of the knowledge or the abundance of the knowledge in terms of content, in terms of digital form, will make us will make our attention so poor. It will make our sense of, what can I say, that our sense of comprehension becomes so miserable and so down that we cannot even comprehend many things when we try to do uh, or when try to take action, or when we try to do something by own, because we always take some frame of reference which was given by, in terms of information, in terms of content, and whom to follow, what to not follow, what to believe, what not to believe. That will giving us in a dilemma and hindering us our progress. And number six is that choosing right topic, or the choosing our area of interest or our curiosity, we are not so much confidence on ourselves, we are not so much confident, or we are not so much experienced in that field, and so always putting ourselves down as and putting ourselves down as compared to the other people, or the other content creators, or the coaches, or the influencers. And we forgot our strength, forgot our skills, forgot our acquired knowledge, everything we put on a pedestal by comparing ourselves with the bigger influencer or the bigger content creator, and we lost ourselves with the comparison of other people. So this is the number six reason which is making us so miserable when it come to consuming content. And number seven is that there is never enough, because our mind is made, our brain is working on the reward mechanism. Anytime we consume content, it will create some kind of fantasy or some kind of illusionary thing in our brain, and we think that by consuming content, by taking or reading books, we will transfer in a way that is mentioned in that content, or that procedure, or the methodology, or the strategy, or the tips, or the tricks, or the framework, or the mental model, whatever it may be. And we try to mingle everything in our head itself, and we feel sense of accomplishment by just consuming that content. This will create a novelty in our brain, and that's how it will become so interesting, because every time we consume content in a different perspective, in a different framework, this will create the novelty, and it will burst out the dopamine chemical, which is so much adaptive, which is a very reward creating thing. And this will pushing us to consume more content, because we think that we are doing something in the head, but physically we are sensing that this is the happening with us. So this is the altogether the mind and our body connections and chemistry going behind that content. And number seven is that our brain and our body is interconnected or entangled together in order to make the message prone to our actions. And the anytime the actions and our belief is conflict with each other, and we conflict with each other, this will create the resistance by initiating the very first step, and we get stuck in the loop of thinking and believing and imagining with a sense of illusion. So this will not going to provide us any result. So what's the solution of that thing? First we have to track, or first we have to think with us. We should ask ourselves a question: whatever I am consuming, in which manner is going to help me or make my needle moving one step ahead of my goal or the achievement? And if we blind to our goal or blind to our outcome, then we cannot, then that content or that information is not going to provide us anything at all. Number two is that we must ask ourselves, we must clarify that what is the consequence, if what is the consequence will be what is the consequences will comes if I didn't take any actions or didn't take any kind of steps on that. So by considering or by imagining the consequence with that comparison to that content, that will going to give us little bit of clarity that whether we should use or whether we should consume or not. So this is all about consuming content, though instead of consuming lot of content, in the same time always try to create something out of what we have already consumed or what we have already know about that topic or that our curiosity or the interest. This will going to make a clarification to us that is it necessary or not. So that's all about creating consuming content, and from going to consuming content, now I am becoming the content creator. So all the content what I have gained or what I have invested in will going to help me in order to make my goals possible. Thank you.